scenes, and that perfect blend of romance and comedy are so singular that, again, all due respect to Mr. Reiner, whom I love, only Nora could have created them. The movie features a murderer's row of talent, but Ephron had their characters so fleshed out that even today you're likely to hear Meg Ryan's name and think Sally Albright, or see somebody post a photo of Billy Crystal as Harry in his cable knit sweater on their Instagram with a caption asking men what's stopping them from looking like that. God bless him, Billy Crystal wasn't meant to be a sex symbol, yet here we are. Bruno Kirby had a supporting role in The Godfather 2, but my guess is more people recall him for lines like, "You made a woman meow," or his fight to save that stupid Roy Rogers wagon wheel coffee table over any of the lines he delivered in Italian as the young Peter Clemenza. I'll give you that Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia is her most iconic role, but I'd counter you that Sally's married man chasing best friend, Marie, is her best role. Just the way she says married as she looks at the name of a man on a card in her Rolodex at the Loeb Boathouse in Central Park still cracks me up. The other reason When Harry Met Sally will always be the first Nora Ephron movie to me is because it set the template. Some of the movies she created as writer, director, or both take place in New York City, and her beloved adopted metropolis is a main character. Others take place in places like Seattle or San Diego. 3 of them starred Ryan. 1 had Crystal as her romantic co-lead, and 2 of them swapped in Tom Hanks. Some were huge hits, others weren't, and a few I tend to think are hugely underrated. 1990's My Blue Heaven, a buddy comedy starring Steve Martin with a terrible, awful, hilarious Italian-American New Yorker accent, being based on the life of real-life gangster Henry Hill, is funny enough of a setup to me. The fact that Nora's then-husband, Nicholas Pileggi, had written the nonfiction book Wise Guy about Hill's life, and that a month after My Blue Heaven was released, Martin Scorsese's take on the story hit theaters, is downright hilarious. That movie, of course, is Goodfellas. It's an all-time classic work of cinema and one of my favorite movies ever. My Blue Heaven did meh at the box office, was mostly panned, and is also one of my favorite movies ever. I mention all of this so I can get to the thing that truly ties all Nora Ephron movies together, and probably why I keep going back to them time and time again. The witty conversations, the good clothes, the references and admiration of Hollywood's golden age, all those things play into it. But when I watch any of the movies talked about in this book, what I can't get over is how I saw many of them as a child and thought, this is what being an adult is like. Everybody is so smart and witty. They have careers and love lives. They eat at trendy restaurants, but they also stop in at diners and Jewish delis. A lot of them are journalists, but there are also architects and bookstore owners. Then there's Parker Posey in You've Got Mail as Hanks's publishing industry power player girlfriend, Patricia Eden. She's the most perfect Nora character because some people see her and think, oh God, she's horrible. They can't wait for Hanks to leave her for Ryan. But if you've ever lived in New York City for any amount of time, you've known 1 or a dozen ambitious, self-absorbed, and downright fabulous people who will say things like, you know, what's always fascinated me about Julius and Ethel Rosenberg is how old they looked when they were really just our age, over cocktails and caviar in a fancy apartment. I don't know what it says about me, but these were the people I wanted to be and know when I was a kid. And they're the people I want to be, to some degree or another, and know as an adult. I didn't know Nora. I never talked with her, and I've heard and read plenty about how tough and biting she could be. And the truth is, I'm fine with all that, since the whole thing about how you should never meet your heroes is sound advice. But because of that distance, because of the way I know her through the characters, scenes, and dialogue she created, not a day goes by when I don't think, this scene I'm currently living through could use a little more Nora Ephron. And whenever I watch any Nora Ephron movie, I can't help but